Hello, thank you for watching my channel today. My name's Sarah and my channel is called Your True Shelf. Today I'm filming in the dark, so I hope the video quality is okay. I'm having real trouble filming in the daytime at the moment, which is why my video frequency has gone down a bit, because my little boy doesn't have a sleep at lunchtime anymore. So the only time I get to really record is on my half day, and sometimes I have other stuff to do and I don't get a chance, and then a long time goes by. So hopefully this quality is okay. I've got a light shining pretty brightly in my face, so hopefully the quality will be okay. So I've got lots of things that I need to film. I haven't filmed my wrap up yet for the month of October. I haven't filmed my birthday haul. I haven't filmed about my new bookcases, which I've got behind me. And I've got a few other little things that I want to film as well, one of which I'm going to do today. So the thing I'm going to film today is Novnov. So some of you might have seen this going around, but it's basically Novella November, shortened to Novnov. I've seen a video from Sean and Bert at Pastory Time, formerly Shani Reads, and they've done their novellas. And also I've watched Heather from Soggy Expat Book Nerd. I'll link their channels below because they're both brilliant. So I've just pulled the novellas I could find off my shelves, some of which I've read, some of which I haven't read. I'm not going to dedicate a whole month to this because I filmed my autumn sort of TBR as my last video, so I still want to prioritise those books. And also there's non-fiction November, which I'm going to talk about in another video, and so I'm just going to basically do it. I'm going to promise to do at least one novella, but I'm not going to do just novellas. So anyway, it's now 2 minutes and I haven't even started yet. So the first one that I wanted to talk about is one that I bought for my birthday. So I had a Waterstones voucher for my lovely husband, and it was really a pleasure to go and browse around Waterstones and buy what I wanted. So this one is a book or a novella that I saw on Heather's channel, and her description really made me want to get it, so I did. And that is The Guest Cat by Takashi Hiraide. Sorry about the pronunciation. This is such a cute cover. I've got two cats and I really love cats. And it says it's a New York Times bestseller and a Sunday Times bestseller. And I'll read you the synopsis. So it says, a couple in their 30s live in a small rented cottage in a quiet part of Tokyo. They work at home as freelance writers. They no longer have very much to say to each other. One day a cat invites itself into their small kitchen. She is a beautiful creature. She leaves, but the next day comes again, and then again and again. New small joys accompany the cat. The days have more light and colour. Life suddenly seems to have more promise for the husband and wife. They go walking together, talk and share stories of the cat and its little ways, play in the nearby garden. But then something happens that will change everything again. So sounds really lovely, and you can see the cat eyes glowing in the dark. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one, and it's I think it's in translation. Yeah, translated by Eric Selland, so it's good for me to read more books in translation because I don't read enough. The next one that I've got is one that I have mentioned before on the channel, and it's a family heirloom. So this is The Boy John by Sidney Grapes. So this has got a really sweet little inscription inside here. You can just see that, and that was from I think it was Christmas 1958. So it's really lovely that it's still in my family. And basically Sidney Grapes wrote letters to the Eastern Daily Press, which is a local newspaper here in Norfolk, and he wrote as a sort of a Norfolk caricature called The Boy John, and I think they're all written in dialect, and they're all sort of comedy pieces about a life in Norfolk from a man who grew up in Norfolk all his life. And so this one should be kind of entertaining as well as lovely to read due to the family connection. The next one isn't actually really a novella because it's non-fiction, but I just picked books of novella length, so I had enough to talk about. And this one is one that my lovely friend Nicola bought me as a surprise, and I haven't read it yet and I don't know why, so sorry Nick. and this is After You by Natasha McElhone. She's a British actress who I got to know from watching Californication with her and David Duchovny, and she basically, when she was pregnant with her third child, her husband died of a massive heart attack. And so she wrote these letters to him. So all of the book is filled with letters that she's written to him after his death. And I think one of the reasons I haven't picked it up yet is I feel like I have to be okay to deal with a lot of sadness, because there's probably a lot of sadness in this. And yeah, I'm sure it's absolutely beautiful, and I look forward to reading it. The next one is so cute. This is a book that or a novella that I've already read, and I absolutely loved it. And oh, it's so sweet. So this is another book in translation, and it's called The Hen Who Dreams She Could Fly by Sidney Hwang, and translated by Chi Yoon Kim. And this is such a cute book. It's got little pictures in as well, like this, and it's basically written from the perspective of a hen called Sprout, and she is a hen on a farm, and she basically just has to lay eggs day after day, and the eggs are taken away, and she dreams that she can be free, and that she can hatch one of the eggs and keep the baby for herself. And she basically comes up with this plan to escape with one of her eggs, and it's about what happens next in her life, and all the animals can talk, and it's very kind of symbolic, and there's a lot of yeah, I guess just symbolism and sort of fable type style to it as well. But I absolutely adored it. It's so sweet. It took me hardly any time to read, and I'd really love to read it again because I absolutely adored it. The next one is one by Jack London, and that is The Call of the Wild. So let me just see. So I don't actually know what this is about. So The Call of the Wild, considered by many London's greatest novel, is a gripping tale of a heroic dog who, thrust into the brutal life of the Alaska gold rush, ultimately faces a choice between living in a man's world and returning to nature. Adventure and dog story enthusiasts, as well as students and devotees of American literature, will find this classic work a thrilling, memorable reading experience. So first published in 1903, and I got this for free when I ordered White Fang by Jack London. This just came with it in the post, and it's only 62 pages. I'm a bit scared it's going to be super sad because I hate anything where animals suffer. And then the last ones. So next one is another non-fiction. So I guess there's a crossover here with non-fiction November. And this is Mark Thomas, Checkup, our NHS at 70. So Mark Thomas is a political stand-up comedian who does a lot of activism, and he decided to do a whole tour and book about the NHS 70th birthday, and he spent time, I'm not sure if it was a year, but it was several months he spent shadowing different departments in the London hospitals and then writing about his experience. And he also interviewed politicians and health secretaries and lots of people along the way, as well as all the staff who work in the NHS. And this is the script from the show. And there's like some photos of the people that he interviewed. There's some photos of him on stage, and me and my husband have gone to see him. We've gone to see him live several times, and we love him, and he signed this for me as well. So yeah, this is the script of the show, and it'll be a great read. The penultimate one is another one that I got for my birthday, and this is one that I saw on Simon's channel first, I think, and I've definitely seen someone else talk about it since then. And this is another book in translation, and this is Lie With Me by Philippe Besson. And I know that translated by Molly Ringwald, the actress. And I know that my local Waterstones is actually doing this as a book club, so if I get a chance to go to that, then I will. This is set in Bordeaux. So it says, just outside a hotel in Bordeaux, Philippe, a famous writer, chances upon a young man who bears a striking resemblance to his first love. What follows is a look back to Philippe's teenage years, to a winter morning in 1984, a small French high school, and a carefully timed encounter between two 17-year-olds. It's the start of a secret, intensely passionate, world-altering love affair between Philippe and his classmate Thomas. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I love queer romances, and I'm really looking forward to this. It's being compared a bit to Call Me By Your Name, which I adored. And so this one will be like, I'll read that really soon. And then the final one that I've got is one that I read so long ago. I read it when I was in sixth form, so that was ages ago, and it's only 104 pages. It's another non-fiction, and it's called Dumbing Us Down by John Taylor Gatto. And he is a teacher, and he basically this book is about the current education system in America and why he feels that the way that children are taught is dumbing them down and not teaching them in the most effective or inspiring way. And he talks about, he says he's found that independent study, community service, solitude, and 1,000 different apprenticeships with adults of all walks of life are the keys to help children break the thrall of our conforming society. And says he wants to re-engage children and families in actively controlling our culture, economy, and society. So that one I read a long time ago, but I'm sure it'd be really worth a reread, especially now I've got my own children. So that was the books that I wanted to talk about for Novnov, and I'm shortly going to do a video for Non-Fiction November, so we'll see how many of them I get to read this month alongside my library books. And yeah, let me know if you've read any of them. Let me know what you're planning on reading for Novnov, if you're going to read any of them. And I look forward to hearing about what your plans are and anything good that you've been reading lately. Anyway, I'll stop waffling on now, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.